Weather is warm this week in West Michigan, warmer than average anyway, and that may bring up some questions with your friends or family about whether this is a sign that Michigan's climate is changing. But what's the difference between weather and climate anyway? Well, we have meteorologist Michael Behrens here now with that answer. Hi, Michael.
Hey there, Nick. Yeah, weather and climate are two things in the similar vein that get often confused with one another. People will see a very warm day and attribute that to climate, or a very cold day, but needless to say, those two things actually are not the same. Here's a look at something that is, of course, weather. This is what's going on outside right now. Thunderstorm in Muskegon, 71 in Grand Rapids. These have nothing to do with the climate, but a long-term average of warm days or cold days can affect what our climate is expected to be. You can see that more here in the observed almanac. Average high this time of the year, 57. We're obviously warmer than that today at 74, but this is what we should expect based on climate normals. Average low around 35. The average period where this number comes from is actually over a 30-year period, currently 1980 to 2010, but come May, this will actually be updated to be from 1990 through 2020. So we'll have to see how those numbers change in the future. When it comes to breaking it down on a broad scale, here's the difference between weather and climate. Weather is the day-to-day. Climate is the long-term expectations. Weather you can think of as a single event. A climate is the pattern of events over time. So here's an example of something that you can look at when you look at, is our climate warming here in West Michigan? During the summer, consecutive 85-degree plus days. Since the 1970s, that number has slowly ticked up just a little bit, but we've had some pretty big outliers in there. Back in like 2012, a lot of 85-plus degree days in a row, but it didn't drastically pull that number up on average. Again, you can see that pattern here in the term of 90-degree plus days over the past 40 years or so. Not much movement here, but we've had some really hot summers in there too. So don't let any one weather event affect your perception of climate. But again, you got to keep an eye on those long-term trends, guys.